Bitcoin is back. Bitcoin is back. We're back to 107. Guys, we're back to $107,000. That is incredible. All of our positions are back to profit over on weeks, which is fantastic. If you missed yesterday's video, we spoke about the fact that Bitcoin is likely going to move to the upside, and we did do the following. But there is one issue. So I thought that Bitcoin today actually did end up closing the CME gap before making its move to the upside. But unfortunately, I found out that that is not the case. I thought this wick here, so we said that we would close the CME gap, and I thought this wick right there triggered it. But unfortunately, that didn't seem to be what happened. So yes, we're breaking out of the W formation we spoke about yesterday, and I am fully long into Bitcoin. I'm not shorting Bitcoin. If you want to long Bitcoin too, links are down in the description below. But there is, unfortunately, the CME gap at 105,060 still. So if we go to the Bitcoin futures, the CME futures, you can see, actually no, let me correct myself. It is 105,590. That is exactly where the Bitcoin CME gap is. So you can see that unfortunately we did not fill the gap. And these gaps, they tend to fill sooner rather than later. So unfortunately, I got a huge buzzkill today, expecting that we can shoot straight up to prior all-time highs. But the reality is, there is a good chance that we come down and close the CME gap. But I'm not basing my trades off of that scenario. I'm actually basing my trades off the scenario that we go and reach the target of this W pattern at $112,000, which is the prior all-time high. And that would be beautiful because then you invalidate the bearish head and shoulder structure that everybody's so worried about. And then you continue playing with the Wyckoff accumulation. I still believe that Bitcoin is not going to see a major dip to the downside, and we're going to hold this 50 simple moving average. So it could be a case that we come down 105, close the CME gap very quickly, and then move to all-time high territory. That is the potential play. And in terms of my trading, I just wanted to make this quick update because I am remaining bullish. I have all my long positions open, and I would still consider opening low leverage Bitcoin positions until you can increase your leverage and margin when we break the prior all-time high. I'm expecting at least a 130 Bitcoin by August of this year. So that's still another 25% move to the upside. So I think being long in Bitcoin makes sense. We could see one final flush and then continue. But either way, I think Bitcoin is looking super bullish. I mean, you look at the Google search trends, and we're down to the exact place that Bitcoin was searched when we were at the bear market, when Bitcoin traded at $17,000, which is unbelievable. It's crazy. Nobody cares about Bitcoin. And that's so fantastic because every time we do this, at the end of a consolidation specifically, is when the search volume is the lowest. And then out of nowhere, Bitcoin starts breaking up. Retail interest comes back in, the price continues to pump even more, and then boom, it's the top. So right now is the perfect place, in my opinion, to buy. And I don't think selling or shorting now makes any sense whatsoever. And the final, I have like 3 more bullish news to share with you before ending it off. This is a clip that's 1 minute and 13 seconds long, but I think it is super valuable to listen to all of it because it relates to exactly when and how America is going to be buying Bitcoin. So let's watch this clip from my friend Scott Melker and see what Bo Hines, the White House director for crypto, said regarding the Bitcoin strategy that America will be deploying. So here goes nothing.
Democratic counterparts certainly recognize that we have to harness this asset class for the American people, and there's certainly going to be countries overseas that are racing to accumulate as much as they can. And I've had this question asked to me repeatedly by journalists, like, how much do you want? I'm like, that's the silliest question of all time. And lo and behold, I get asked that question.
I was going to ask.
No, I will say very clearly, we want as much Bitcoin as we can possibly get. We have to do this in budget neutral ways that don't cost a taxpayer a dime, but there are countless ways in which we can do it. And if you read the fine print of the executive order, it kicks these innovative ideas over to Commerce and Treasury to come up with, but we'll flesh these out amongst our working group actors. We will move expeditiously on those that can be quickly implemented. But it's not one size fits all. It's not like we have to do this in one singular format. There can be hundreds of different ways we do this, if not thousands. And so We talked about this in different verticals, whether it be like through mining activity, whether it be through bit bonds. I mean, there's tons of creative things we can do.
Taxes in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, it's endless. And so people ask me to give like clear examples. And the reason I don't want to tell you what we're going to do first yet is because I really don't want to poison the well. We want to do something that's going to be the most effective for the United States. And so when we're ready to announce that, which I'm sure we will be in short order, I think that this community will be extremely pleased.
Okay, so the key takeaways from this incredibly bullish interview, and shout out to my friend Scott Melker, what an incredible soul. Basically, he says at the very, very end of this interview that we're going to announce in very short order how we're going to buy the Bitcoin. And in short order, I think that short order could literally mean June, because if you go back to the executive order that the president issued, in the executive order, it stated that June is going to be the deadline for the crypto working group to report back to the president to say this is exactly the way that America can go ahead and buy Bitcoin. So if it happens this month, then I think we're going to catapult. That will be a huge catalyst. Remember, Bitcoin and crypto specifically, they move up on bullish news. Specifically bullish news, like America announcing how much Bitcoin and how they're going to buy. So that's why I'm still very bullish for June. And I do have that bullish bias. Even if they don't announce it in June, they're going to announce it at some point this year. And I just think that that will be such a good news because it's going to be actual buying pressure coming in. They've not bought Bitcoin yet, but they're going to be buying Bitcoin. And that could be through things like bit bonds, which would be revolutionary. If the American Treasury or the central bank starts issuing treasuries with Bitcoin as collateral or collect taxes in Bitcoin, like these are massive, massive things. And I don't want to be short on Bitcoin when America is about to do something as extravagant as this. And then all the American allied countries will probably rush to copy. So with that said, guys, this is the final one. James Wynn completely liquidated again. And also Capo is still bearish. So two other bullish signs for the immediate short term. And with that said, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Things are looking good and optimistic. I just finished my exam 3 hours ago. So that's it. We're done. Actually, I do think I have one more short exam tomorrow morning, but after that, then I'm completely done and I graduate hopefully on the 20th. And I have prom and graduation. And thank you for all your wishes on the previous videos. Comments Queen, I saw your wishes. Thank you so much. And a couple of other of you as well. So yeah, let's see. One chapter closes, another one opens. I'm excited to travel this summer because I'm going to be 18 and I'm looking forward to explore in Europe a little bit. And still continue with the content and the shows, obviously, but just from different backgrounds in different countries. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic Monday evening. I'm going to go and have some acai now and then hopefully rest to wake up early tomorrow morning. So with that said, thank you, and I'll see you all on the next video very soon. Take care. And as always, guys, bye-bye.